Bulavinaka, very good afternoon and a warm welcome to Tailevu North College here in Corvo as we bring you round two of the Vodafone Fiji Vanua Cup. Today's going to be a great day. It's going to be a great game as we see two of leading contenders for this round go head-to-head in what's promised to be an excellent, excellent game. With me as ever is the one and only Koli. Bulavinaka Koli, how are you, my brother?
Bulvinaka Mbuv, I'm very good and good weather today. And one bull talking we came in Viokan in Samutumai and I was in one of Vortengo. One big in a REWA and Vanua Televu, Wuluki Televu, what I can REWA. Dona singa to talk and sing and die. Dilavinaton singer, what I can Mundinaton Canada.
Yes, the FRU has spent a lot of time and resource investing in grassroots rugby, as this is where most of our great rugby players get their opportunity to showcase their talents. And of course, today is no different. We've got two really good teams coming head to head. Of course, Northland, after their loss to Nasino last week, a shock loss, need to rebound quickly because there are only 6 rounds of the Vodafone Fiji Vanua Cup. And of course, REWA, eager to prove and eager to make it to the next level, which is the Skipper Cup. With so much talent in the Skipper Cup, Koli, there's a lot of big names playing today, particularly for Northland, including an Olympian.
Kantina todo ko we kimlike sar na sar tu mai na singani kuwa indua en tanam nama ketiku men dana saravan singani ko ko o apisa indo molele indua kama takana non tamati tim niviti en bugu niken na lewini tegi main na Olympic en ngito leabitu yo etai sanda na gami sarotal tigo non ngito en kena mata tigo na mata tim Northland.
Beautiful day here at Gatwood Park in Corvo. Excellent weather. We're looking forward to some great running rugby, and of course I would have to say that Northland have the advantage over REWA this afternoon, particularly with the services of Domalailai. But of course, you never know. REWA has been a team to prove many upsets over the past, and of course, they're looking for another one this afternoon, Koli.
Yes. Mewakana nungurito ko na mate timin ni REWA ortongo erto tirin may nabunan tambimbi erto umbuto soso yen nirto may buto kana buna mamadavogo ngai reida na totolo niya ba ken na matenime kerto na may warta kan singani kuha.
As the players line up and get ready to meet the officials before we kick off this main encounter here at Gatwood Park, we're looking forward to some great rugby and, of course, an opportunity to witness not only Domalailai, who's everyone's talking about, a lot of people can come to see today, but also Dan Lingairi in hooker as well. He's a former rep and, of course, looking forward to showcasing his skills, which Northland will be counting on.
Na mebaka nga randu kaya na sota na singani kuha inda nagisaraba go endo na sota randu bato kana na kenangasi go sanyo nga kimanray manray ruto na portango na luman taw ni Corvo kinani urto ko titu may nambudong may REWA.
We've got a great crowd here today in Corvo, and of course a lot have come out to see both teams showcase their skills and talent. And of course it is round 2 of the Vodafone Fiji Vanua Cup. Proudly brought to you by My TV this afternoon as we see the players get ready. They've met the officials from Gatwood, and of course now it's time for them to have their final chat and prepare themselves. Of course, Northland will be relying on the services and the experience of Domalailai and of course Lingairi to bring home this game for them, Koli.
Bukan bulu tukan nikin na vuno boturanga na bulu kiti lebu kabi kimnikin sarana biturang bali patalan kinna bi yabutu au da boleta ni singani kuwa bom bulu tukan bikim ni ditakan ni dalam bortati ko na nonta mai to kon ti ko na mata timi ni bunua na singani kuwa kapatalan kinna inam butung butung REWA kinna bi turang bali patalan kinna bi yabutu so au da boleta ni singani kuwa anu takan ni dan mai marutaka non rumai wata susua patalan kinna mati meker na mai meker takati ko na lumen rarango na mati timerua.
Looking forward to a great game today. Excellent weather and, of course, great ground conditions here at Gatwood, and also a great crowd. This is a good Saturday afternoon to be here to watch some awesome grassroots rugby at its very best, and we're looking forward to a great game, Koli.
Iya sebenarnya nindari itu kan nalu mandirarango di lebih nasar tungan singa iya we ke mamin na tonggo nalu mandirara ke membibakila to kan na matinirang ni ngol itu ko may enesan na may suba kapatan lagi na we ko na matitimi na to kan ni enesan ngo pambutan ni na rawa ni ruto na pangatawa na matinirangi me rawa ni ruto liu takatiu kin na ilolo ni gito ya nagiluray dan nagisarabang ay na ilolo ni gito entar saraban ni siguni ko.
That's right. It's been a great afternoon. We've had the under-19, of course, the Colts play earlier on, and just getting everybody ready for what promises to be an excellent game of Vanua the Vodafone Vanua Challenge this afternoon. And of course, both teams looking to make it through. There are only 6 rounds in the Vodafone Fiji Vanua Cup. And of course, whoever makes it through to the playoffs gets an opportunity to take it to another level with the Skipper Cup next year. And of course, both teams looking to break through. As we see the officials making their final checks before they clear the game. And of course, like all matches, even at grassroots rugby, everyone has an opportunity, and of course, everything must be 100% before kickoff. Koli.
Kandi na tudo ko mav na nungupas karabatal tunga na lini bunuan to bito ko ni ratigo na manirara na singa ni kuwa. Ito na kaano nungupar ito ngo lebu na lini bunongo era they cross their fingers.
That's right.
Era singa ni kila na matatimidaba
Na
may kautan ng gangay na singa ni kuwa.
That's right. As the Northland team make it to the halfway to get ready for their final prep talk, as we see Ndomalai making his way with the team, he'll be playing in the locks position at open side flanker position number 7, and of course they'll be relying on his experience and of course his talent to help them hopefully get their first win this afternoon after that close loss last week. Northland, one of the powerhouses of rugby, and of course looking to make it through to the playoffs. Koli.
Iya ni dari ramadan na naturbongo abisa into malilay ngo endo sa matagutin na matitim dibiti na gitu levitu aran dari dato kanigori totoka muli dagi binasartunga iya dari na naturbongo ni uti man na gitu levitu mani ngol sa rin nandun na kontraki utia lesutal menon Vanua may durtaliki na matibalu sa tiko na matibalu ngo sa may tiko may matataktalan na matitim di Northland.
Yeah, we've had an excellent first round of Vodafone Fiji Vanua Cup last week. Great ground conditions, excellent weather, and of course, if you want to find out, you need to get in touch with us here at MyTV to find out where the next round is, because this is grassroots rugby at its very best. Young, talented players, experienced players who are coming back, and of course, looking for an opportunity to stamp their mark as a pathway to the Skipper Cup, and of course, national honors. If we ever get a chance to play, because rumors are floating around that next year Fiji might be playing the All Blacks. Koli.
Kandi na todo ko iya dari taltunga na daung gitu ti kuno Vanua andon na matatim binatalanga si andon na kana lebu ni local players era ti kungo no Vanua ka anda na bi logay kino no Vanua no siodi na rawan ni matatakan matatim dibiti iyo tapon na lebu na bukun ni ingito ang garabiti ko ni kuwa pambimbi dari itu kan gitu na luminirara berto na matatim ni Northland erto na tongkata kiti na matinitangi enang gitu warau minta sarapa en singa ni kuwa.
As we see both teams ready to kick off, we wait the arrival of the officials before we light this candle and get this party started. Both teams eager to get the game underway, and of course we're looking forward. And you can see, Koli, there's a great crowd here today to support the Vodafone Fiji Vanua Challenge.
Iya kandi na todo ko ando na kana lebu ni Vanua daun bito ko ni erangol tu mai berto mai nambudum budo rewa ni kuwa e wangangalu na veitiri en non rasangole mai mer mai saraba mai tokona na ken mai cetek tel tu ngana matiti mini bulu rewa.
As we see the referees and of course the linesmen getting ready for the kickoff this afternoon. Great crowd, and of course we're looking forward to an awesome match. Looking for some great runs, a lot of good defense, and of course heavy tackling. Northland have everything to lose as they are without a win after the first round, after that shock loss to Nasinu. And of course this is their chance to prove. REWA looking for the upset this afternoon here at Gatwood, and of course we look forward to some great running rugby here at the Vodafone Fiji Vanua Cup round 2 as the ref signals. And here we go, nice high kick, waiting for it. Of course is Northland. They're looking to running it early. They want to set themselves up and of course establish their dominance early in the first half. Koli.
Darida na nona sa ati ko bu warte ko may nadurubongo abisa into malilay.
That's right. It's all about watching the former Olympian and, of course, how he steers this Northland team around. As, of course, they go for the clearing kick, and it's a very high kick, but doesn't get a lot of distance. But now, of course, that REWA player looks to be offside. Ref says play on. Northland with the ball just over the halfway, just before the 10-meter line, which you see right now. And, of course, they're looking at spreading it early, tiring this REWA defense, and, of course, allowing them the opportunity. Good dummy from the number 12 for Northland. Ducks under a high shot, but Northland are over the halfway for the first time. Ref says play on. You can see the ball. And of course now REWA have to defend even more. That's a nice little chip kick. He gets the ball back and a lovely pass. Sends it out to the number 13, and Northland look like they're going to score early. It's going to be a very good try to Northland here early in the first half, Koli.
Wah, tutokan din na gitu. Apatang lagi na namatin maker to may barata tingo na mata tim ni Northland ya reda na ken to imbuli apatang lagi na no to may barata ni sini ko daran ni reda bina kan ba raw bina kartu ta kaptu mai ka pemboten ni to round ni reda to nabuli kartu sa reda raw may na ngito sauti.
That's right. You know, it was a great opportunity that Northland took, taking advantage of the penalty advantage that was given to them by the referee, and of course now they've cashed in quite well, and of course ensuring that they have got themselves the first 5-pointer of the game, and that try looks to be confirmed by the referee, given to Vito Wairakia, and of course he will claim first points after a wonderfully worked move by the fly half Joshua Yanuda, and of course now Northland are on the board early in the first half, within the first minute, Koli.
Tutokan din ya dari dati ko na ilako ni gitong ko dawa ni lebu ni dasar to na matitim ni lebu dari dato kan ni erto Vonggabi na katok may namatin tang erto kilabi na karto wili gabi na katok na ilako ni gitong ko.
Tale with the conversion just goes off the post, but of course Northland with the early lead, Koli. But it looks like the ref is calling back. I think he is signaling to REWA for back chat, and of course that would mean that Tale gets another opportunity to take the conversion, and of course discipline, an important part of the Vodafone Fiji Vanua Cup, Koli.
Yo totoka iya en non natang kita lang ko pembutan ni sana ranin nang kay rito binaka na Vanua men mbiute kina na polo na buku talaga ni non natang kata kitul tu na matendang. Iya, dasar mo tadi.
Grassroots rugby at its very best here at Gatwood in Corvo, Tailevu, ladies and gentlemen. Great day for some awesome running rugby as we see the conversion be taken again. Second opportunity for Tale, and of course he swings that one as well. But now Koli, Northland with the early advantage, leading 5-0. Very, very early in the first half.
Totoka ndo na kanon maru tataltungan na lewen ni bunuong goy Tailevu ni rawan ni rutum may tambakati ko na matenis ko en ngito ang garabitingon ni go Corvo.
As REWA slowly make their way to the halfway line. Bit of a shock to them. They weren't expecting that so early in the first half. But of course, Northland hungry for their first win. And of course, in a very ruthless mood this afternoon here at Gatwood, as we see the forwards driving it up very strongly for Northland, trying to clear the game line, trying to make space for them to clear the ball. But they look like they're not allowing the backs to just take it up yet. And REWA is assessing their dominance very early in the first half through their forwards, Koli.
Iya, sarap tu na ilako ni gitong verto na mata tim ni REWA ke verto na pinakata merto na tambakan do na skuan na rebinaka merto na ngaro na binakto na nortu tatang kumaki me vakandir tu sato katung na nortu esan ka sa randir tu rida bola satu na lenis ko en singani ko.
That's right, but of course holding on is the call from a ref, and of course now REWA with an opportunity to get some points on the board. Are they going to go for the 3 points? Yes, they are. It looks like REWA will take every opportunity to get points in the first half, and they need to do that, Koli, because this Northland team looks to be in a ruthless mood this afternoon.
Iya, dari taltungan natang kengo endon nakai talikin natang kengo ni REWA talangan ni irto na pangatag binan matanidang. Iyo, enang kay bataw yung ko nangon ni REWA sama tubo ko na so tawotok nangon na matanidang iya.
Apenisa Deve with the attempted conversion, and REWA on the board, Koli, 5-3. So it looks like it's going to be a great game today.
Iya, totokan tinan na gito ni singini ko, may pagkausap takati ko, ngo nangon ni REWA. Sama tutubo ko na tangi, kilabin ako ka na buno minatanggi kina. Iya, nanon na sambitan na itang kaya. Iba kandua, kadibi, wala katal ni Iruso tayo lama na mata-mata, nabukon ni tangi tutoka, may porta ka nangon ni REWA ya.
REWA striking early as well, and now only a 2-point difference in the first half. It looks like it's going to be a great game today here at Gatwood as Northland go for the high-hanging kick. REWA take it nicely, secure possession just outside the 10-meter line. Look to take it down the blind side. Look for some gaps. There's a very loose pass from the REWA team there. Of course, they're not allowing the ball to be settled, but of course, They need to settle it down, not allow the Northland forwards to get possession as they spin it through the backs, looking for some runners. Bit of a gap there, but a good solid tackle by Domolai takes out the Rewa player. I think there was a fair call, but the ref says high tackle, Koli.
Iyo dari tentukan endo talangan na vivisukuku ada kaya. Iya nagay buka tao beko nang tao nilawa to ko lama. And iyo via kuku sa pinasarangan na tackle la. The rhythm nga move na tackle la imbuto sarangan na polo no sanda vira kon na dorbo ni Rewa.
Yo, fair enough. It was ref says high, it's high. So as the medics attend to that Rewa player, and of course general warning to the Northland team, looks quite serious from what we gather, and of course that was Domolele with that high tackle, but it's just a general warning at this stage as we see the former Olympian on screen now, Koli.
Totokan din ay en bukungan ni Elanga Mayado ya vertun na matitim ni Rewa kaya erto na marrebinati ko nilolakon na polo na nonuto di dagiti may mureda kiti manadangi erro ni erto na rawata na almarto may baka nonuto sa ngamerto na tambakan to na skuan ni kuwa.
As Rewa take it to just outside the 22 of Northland. Northland need to be careful with their discipline because Rewa is cashing in opportunities. That long raking kick and of course the penalty a few minutes earlier, Koli.
Iya, verto na matitim ni Rewa nonuto viriting gori kaya baka erto na marrebina na polo ka erto murrebina na matin ditangingo na rawa saranga nirto na tambakan to na skuan. Meron ni bukan ditegirto ko nilolakon ni gito ni kuwa.
As you can see, Rewa have come into this game very well prepared. They're looking for opportunities at any chance they can get, and of course nicely taken in the line out by Rewa, and now of course a chance for them to attack just outside the 22. Goes for the old-fashioned up and under, and of course Rewa coming through. Oh, nice take, but just a fumble outside 22. Advantage to Rewa, Koli. That's a good tactical choice that Rewa made, and of course it paid off.
Iya, wakan dua. Nilolakon ni gito may pagkaw sa fortati ko matitim ni Rewa rito to na sa istoko verto kaya baka erto dali di bakati ko na polo. Erto di bakati ko merto pati di bakati ko na matitim ni Northland Rawa ni erto na panrukan na matitim ni Northland sing di kuayo. Tim Northland naruto tongo erto singa di pinagkata menala benararango. Orto pinagkata nararango meting ngai telebu. Orto si pinagkata merto gair man sing mata kame sayal nararango.
Naka. Rewa have a set piece play on the 22. Good attacking position for Rewa to take advantage. First scrum of the day, let's see how they fare. Of course, Northland with the advantage in terms of size and weight. But can Rewa hold them? Big push coming in from Northland. They get it out quickly. Rewa, smart move. But he is a bit high. He needs support from the rest of his team. Fighting for the ball. Ref says play on for now. Rewa set it. There was a good chance for Northland to try and steal possession. Good protection by Rewa. Of course, but they are getting caught behind the game line in the first tackle. Ball goes loose. The halfback for Rewa looking for options, spins it wide. There's a bit of space for Rewa down this left-hand side. Nice shimmy from the Rewa backline, and of course, unfortunately, bit of salt in the afterplay, Koli. Getting a bit heated after the play, Koli. Two big teams, lots of action.
Sangga ito po may kata-kata tumingo ng gito may baka matatim ni Rewa nirto na sanga merto na tambaka endo na skoa may round ni baka di tegirto ko nilolakon ng gito ko. Iya, sultong ko endo na scrum.
That's right, as they said for the scrum. The fans have come to watch some awesome running rugby, and of course, doesn't hurt to have an Olympian with you in Northland. And Rewa not being unfazed by that, not allowing Northland to settle into their gameplay. Unfortunately, Rewa just at the death were unable to cash in on that opportunity with the extra man down the left-hand side. Now Northland with a chance to clear. Their scrum has looked solid. It's after the first one, and of course Rewa tried to twist it. They're disrupting Northland's play quite well, this Rewa team, Koli.
Kanti na todo ko, dari ramantangan na size na timirorua, redetong na matitim ni Rewa, timi pinakatoka, yo, kaya makarto na mga diti pa na matim telepo, karon ni mama, sa round ni Ertong na ndolawagina, na Nortu tatagumaki, na matitim ni Northland.
That's right, Rewa looking for options on the far side. They have an opportunity. They're looking to keep the ball alive, not allowing the Northland pack to settle. Good tackle from Northland, about 10 meters out from the Rewa, from their try line as Rewa have possession once again. The Northland defense up quickly. This halfback for Rewa spots a gap and goes through. Nice try from the REWA halfback Samuela. Spotted the gap, went right through, and of course cashed in Koli.
Wah, anta pasar boto kana nona ve moya gitu kana to rubongo me baka usah perta juga ke baka to padidi boto kana mati timni Northland go ena rawa serangan nirtu na tampakan sko yo ngor to sa may tampakan sko tapa bim na ko pan non to halfback na mati timni rewa may tampakan rawa ngo endua ko endo tiko na bitir go kon do suambon go iya ere na sko may tampakan dari dangan na bepuno so ere turu magmigin na ayawa totoka iya ndara saraman na kenarang gor.
Good try to REWA, and of course, great effort by that halfback Samuela. He saw the gap. He didn't allow the Northland defense to settle. He kept moving them forward, and he cashed in. And now, of course, REWA leading 8 points to 5 with the conversion, which has just been missed. But of course, much against the run of play, Koli, REWA are leading Northland 8-5 in the first half.
Wah, totokan din na nanda may sarap ya. Bukan bimbi may pagkausap berta juga kona halfback ya. Na baka tausar nga vi halfback na matatim ni rewa. No na visual ako to na polo kaya no baka di to kana mawi kaya matao. Meron ni ruto na muria binakato na matinita gor to pontos na kapanatang. Meron ni ruto le. Eka bani kina no ruto le sko. Matatim ni Northland. Yo, redo to na kaya ruto lebu. Na rawa ni ruto na thongada kaya to na matinita go.
Northland need to settle down and of course play the phases, allow their forwards to dominate because they do have the bigger pack. Another mistake by Northland, and of course REWA with another opportunity, and it looks like that REWA have settled into the game faster, Koli.
Iya, ando pa minno kale berto na mata tim ni rewa ngori sanggay pa kan ditigirto na squad ya. Karo ni sulit nga berto na ya lo ni bole merto na to tinga. Pambimbi be kita dito kay pambimbi sarap to kan nailog-log ni gito kay baka sa tiga bu yawa to ganin na nakay sa tiga butel nga mesan dayal lilay mayo. Mata tim ni rewa na lako tumingo o ko may na may kuta sarangan rarango melinda metale kinabitiri may rewa.
Scrum on the halfway, and of course this coverage of this Vodafone Fiji Vanua Championship being brought to you thanks to My TV. First opportunity to watch grassroots rugby at its very best, and of course two of the best in the Vanua Championship going head-to-head this afternoon here at Gatwood, with REWA having the scrum on the halfway. Samuela feeding it in for REWA. He's had a good first half so far, but now the Northland pack trying to push, and yes, I think the ref will reset it. It was a bit all over the place that time, Coley. Of course, Northland have the bigger pack. REWA are trying to prevent them from asserting dominance, Coley.
Ora dato kan mata tim ni reongo ndo na kukuwa ke na babara urtu ta kamay en tubaki apataliki na kendo to imbun boli na size eti go be tim ni rewa non urtu rawan nimbil ra to kan scrum kina mata tim ni Northland.
Great disruption tactics by REWA, not allowing Northland to settle into their scrum as we have to reset. This will be our first reset of the game, and of course REWA need to get the ball out quickly. They've got options either side, and of course an opportunity to further extend their lead in the first half as they push. But of course REWA cleared quickly. Not a very good pass from the number 8. They get it behind the game line. Good shrugging tackle from the backs as they try and clear the ball. Bit of a 50-50 pass, and that allows Northland to attack the defense for REWA. There's a bit of a fumble there. Good pressure by the first 5 from Northland. And of course, after some sloppy passing and mistimed passing, REWA lose the momentum, and of course Northland with an opportunity to attack just inside the REWA 22, Koli.
Sarap to kana non to ilog-log ni gitong ko na mata tim ni rewa din ni sa ato may nasan na ni lines cover to na tim ni Northland erto via suksukura pa kalilay na non to bi pasta kana pole yo mata tim ni rewa tonggo ke bakawal nga merto maro binak na polo erawa nirto na kauta serto na labeta serangan rarango.
Bringing to you this game thanks to My TV, of course, here in Corvo Tailevu, Gatwood Park. And of course, this is the gateway to two of the great rugby schools who have dominated secondary school rugby for so many years, Koli.
Iyo, dari tungan na matatimerua rong gitu tungko. Nandombe ka nangaw nan talaga sarapa. Sobir na tarubo rong gitu tungan singini kuha. Round nir na lintar makasarangan na singlit si pula-pula.
Northland get the big push from REWA. They clear the ball. It's their first set piece. Bit slow, but of course nice offload, takes in 2 tacklers, and of course the first 5 for Northland with a good opportunity, good run, and now they're deep inside REWA's territory. Domolalai passes it on, gets it forward, but of course the REWA defense there to hold him. Now they have to reset quickly, the REWA defense, and of course Northland, ball's a bit slow, pass is not good, but he takes it well. Good tackle, good solid defense from REWA, holding him behind the game line. But Northland still with possession, and of course looking for opportunities from the big prop. Good, nice raking run. But ladies and gentlemen, that was a bit of a Bit of a dangerous tackle from REWA that time, and of course the Northland prop will need some medical assistance.
Iya, dari dato na angito, ang garabitong ko, pero to na matatim ni Northland, nero to na sanga, meron to na kita na kaya to kay, meron ni bang ditegir to, ito nilako ng gitong ko. Iya, ay nilako ng gitong ko, sarap to ko na matatim merwa, o kaya nga, en napakan ditegi kaya nilako ko, en rawa, ni nakutan rara.
Yeah, that time the Northland prop getting caught in an awkward position, and of course, unfortunately, twisted back and needing medical assistance. That, of course, is the tight head Inoke Ravuwaka, who was taken in that very, very awkward tackle. And of course, now the refs are discussing. I don't think it was a malicious tackle. I just think it was an accident, and there's no need for a penalty. But we'll have to see what the ref says, Koli.
Iya, kandina katudo ko inagay botang obi referee. Iya, dari teman-teman na tackle ngarabia bauta ni wandong bulo toka. Bagai keren non bulan na dorboya. Iyo, inagay botang obi referee na kaya na Solia. Tim ni Northland na natongo sari to ko na mata-mata ina sangaw ko men bitin to na pointi meraw ni bukan ditegri to nila ko ning gito ko.
So Inoki gets up. He doesn't look too badly injured. He looks like he'll continue. Just the ref calling out the REWA captain, and of course having a chat to them about their tackles. That was deemed to be malicious, so it looks like it's going to be a penalty to Northland inside the half, and of course right in front of the posts of REWA. And of course discipline a key part of the Vanua Championship, and that's being stressed by the FRU, bringing in their very best referees and officials for these matches, as they want grassroots rugby to really develop, and this is the best form of doing that. As we see Northland with the penalty, the option taken by the captain, of course, for Northland. Looks like they're gonna go for the 3-pointer, and of course take the lead back from REWA, Koli.
Iyo, hindi na nito ka na mata-mata. Abang buta ni na round ni nandun na tangkin rin ritonggo, ang betin na tongga takit yung namatan ni tangi.
As we see Northland coming up with the chance to get the 3-point after that penalty for the high shot to the prop Inoke. And now, of course, the Northland number 10 coming in for an opportunity to take the lead back from REWA.
Ina matatim ni Northland go, ano na rutu tangi ngon rutu na sanga. Meron na biuta tale indo na pointi ka meron ni nakuta daga na kenutukay. Ya kepo kaya na durungo. Saan round ni ron bay taitok.
Yeah, they'll take the lead as we see Yavala lining up the kick. The bit of a strong breeze coming across Gatwood this afternoon. Yavala lines it up. It's directly in front. He should get it. And of course now Northland back in the lead. It's now drawn 8-all. Isa sa feel na Mets Wasota.
Tutok din na ilako-lako ning gito sarap. Iya. Waraw meron na tanggi talanggo na matatimi ni REWA. Tutok atigo na sarangito na singin kuwa biran don bito ko ni non ra oso non ra may toko na tigo non ra matatimi.
Yavala with a successful penalty, and now the game locked at 8-all in this Vodafone VG Vanua Championship between Northland and REWA. And of course, nice high hanging kick, and now Northland with possession just outside their 22 as the defense sets up. Northland looking for options, trying to get the ball down to the other side, and of course looking for set piece play as much as possible. Yavala with the ball, nice step, breaks away from the pressure and the defense, and now REWA with possession just over the halfway with the fullback, and of course he takes it high. Nice high hanging kick, not a lot of distance though. Ball bounces, and of course now Northland with the possession as we see the lock taking it up strongly. Good solid tackle from REWA, holding him there, setting the game line just outside the 22. Yavala once again with possession, likes to take it up. Gutsy first five for Northland, and of course gets the ball away, resets it once again. Northland with the early dominance, but of course REWA settling it in quite well, Koli.
Iya, relativo na ilako ni gito ko. Wow! Tutok na tegal may solito ko na matatim ni REWA.
That's right. REWA trying to spoil Northland's possession. As we see, Domolele takes it up, but of course the ref calls it. There's another incident on the field. It looks to be the linesman coming in. He saw something. As we see one of the REWA players on the ground. And of course, temper's getting a bit heated here. Koli Gatwood.
Wow! sanggay kata-kata naman tani singa kata-kata tungo may nanggito inuruto na sanga ati ko naman ti merua o they men na nona nangganga en nanggito ngarabitungo.
Ref calling players to move back, give each other some space as he has a chat with the linesman. I think there was an incident involving an injury to one of the REWA players, the fullback for REWA. Looks to be some sort of foul play as the referees have a quick chat, allow the players to get some water. It's a hot day today in Gatwood, and of course it does take out the energy, Koli.
Iyo nraki kata-kata ya lako ti kanawai iberuto na matiti merua ruto ko loma ke ka mertu na baka susuta ka tongon no titil-tilo ke baka ruto na sang mertu na mamau abambau tay naranin na walang gatalang ano ruto gitu en gitong karabitungo.
Looks like some sort of foul play there from Northland as the ref calls over the captains to have a chat. We're just trying to figure out what happened as he's talking to both players. I'm sure the ref is concerned about the discipline from both teams so early in the first half, Koli.
Yo redet ko na kukunin gito rusuli ko na matiti merua kay baka ruwan di takawala na non road discipline apo talangkin na ilokolo ko gito rong karabati ko natatanggumaki en rawa ni na rawa tinagangkay na sigani ko.
If there was some foul play, then the ref has had a chat to both captains, and of course it's an opportunity to just calm them down. I think it was a good call by the referee. It's a penalty to REWA for that foul play, but great call by the ref. Just have a chat to the players, calm things down, and let's play some good running rugby. What say, Koli?
Iya ka hindi natuto ko. Araw talaga bi namatati ni REWA, merto na sanga, merto na litambaka na skuwa kay baka erto na raw tabi nakmanapolo en na line out go.
Great kick from REWA, and of course an excellent opportunity to reclaim the lead midway through the first half. They're inside the red zone of Northland, and of course slowly making their way to the line out as they have a set piece around 5 meters from Northland's try line, Koli.
In kita nga tagapan na turubo ni REWA ya pambuta ni pangatag binasar nga namatani tangi kauta kayo kinana polo kauta wala kasabtugan ni kinanutulay ni squad.
As REWA set for the line out, it's a short line out with a quick pass to the hooker. Unfortunately, the ref said no, it didn't go the 5 meters, and that was unfortunate. It was a set piece play, and of course, REWA looking to catch Northland sleeping in defense, but unfortunately, it just didn't get executed well, Koli.
Reto kan isi ni rutu bital no binato na matetem ni REWA ke baka rutu bital no binaka en kena tanggo maki maro rin na polo me baka ni rutu sa bola to na rutu len squad.
Now REWA with possession on the halfway, looking for the open space. It's going sideways. Good tackle from Northland. The defense comes up in a straight line, which is really good, stopping REWA from finding any options on both sides. REWA needs to set very quickly. As we see Samuel trying to find runners on the inside. He finds all single-digit numbers, but this is good. Breaks the first tackle, gets the pass away. They're just near the 22. Good defense from Northland. REWA building pressure slowly, Koli.
Gori reto ko na non na pasya ka to na halfback ni matetem ni REWA na polong gori. Wow.
Yes, they're playing the ball on the ground. You can't do that, Koli, unfortunately. Discipline for Northland, letting them down on that occasion just after some good tackling. And now REWA with the penalty, and of course another chance to attack inside Northland's half.
Yo, abi umur nuguri reto ko na tutunggo ke baka erto dangi mata-mata. Gori, dangi mata-mata. Be baka ni erto rutay ko na ngaw kambimbindo nga en kenambito ko na kay merawa. That's
right. You couldn't have said it any better than me, my friend. It is going to be REWA with the opportunity to take a three-pointer and, of course, reclaim the lead over Northland as REWA setting it up through their fullback this afternoon. And, of course, so far, REWA holding a good account of themselves against the star-studded Northland team.
Iya, tutukan din na. Berto na matatim ni REWA, reto kan dirto bang tabi na sa tong na matatim tangi. Iya, enelong ko ni gito go reto kayo may pagkawa parta ko ni tangi tunggo na rubo ni REWA sama tutubo ko na wili ko to matan tangi.
Deve with the penalty, and of course it looks to be good, and the linesman says it's good, Koli. So REWA reclaimed the lead late here in the first half of this Vodafone Championship, Vanua Championship game, Koli, much against the run of play.
Yo tutok na tangi may tangi tutok yan na rubo ni REWA fullback ni team ni REWA apinisa. Oh, sanjin na. Urong to kanang apinisa. Au na numo sa rendo talaga na dorbo o apinisa. Ang gondo na dorbo ni Enriqueti. ngo reindo talang baka nanguna araya matatak talangan siya antar mga talangan na siglit mga tim ni Rewa.
Well, he's held a good account of himself in the first half, helping REWA to an 11-8 lead, and of course Northland with a lot of work to do here in the first half to try and reclaim some points. Just going the 10 meters, REWA with the advantage, and of course a bit of momentum, but they get the ball behind the game line. That's a high raking kick, bit of pressure there. Nice step from the prop from Northland, and of course good tackle just over the halfway. Northland with the ball now. They haven't been able to sustain long periods of possession, and of course the 50-50 passes haven't gone their way in the first half, Kohli.
Yeah. Matatim ni Rewa doon kan matalia ken natutukan ng gitor to boro takatiko en ken maroy tago magbinan pol ken to lewa binakato norto umbito chuk menam pol melako tu men ken yasan norturara.
Northland under a bit of pressure. They're getting the ball behind the game line. Domolalai takes it up near the halfway, but still they are way behind. A lot of loose passes, a lot of loose ball. The protection from Northland hasn't been that good in the first half. They're looking for runners now on the far side. But of course the REWA defense is there in numbers, holding them off. But that's a good long raking run from Northland as they try to take it past the 10-meter line. And of course look to reset for another attacking raid in REWA's half. Ref now with the advantage. But good defense from REWA, Kohli, but now Northland with another chance. But so far the REWA defense has held.
Iya, totokan din na ilong gitor tu berita tu matatim ni REWA. Iya, matatim ni Northland. Na rutuno sa nga mertuno po ang titigirto tiko. Iya, adapa na ruto na numa en tutongi ko.
As you can see, it's a great crowd this afternoon here for this Vodafone Fiji Vanua Championship game. Corvo's Town been buzzing all day with excitement as we look forward to this main encounter between two of the heavyweights of the Vodafone Fiji Vanua Championship for this awesome game, Kohli.
And lain out borotakan ko verto na matatimin ni Northland tarito ko na size ko verto ke bukarto na pangataga binaka around near to na evan in lain score.
As we see Lingari with the throw-in. This will be just between the 22 and the 10 of REWA as we see Northland with a chance to have a set piece. Nice high take, good solid take from Northland as they try to use their forwards to get over the advantage line. Driving solidly through. Good position from the Northland pack. They're moving it slowly. REWA can't seem to stop them. I think it's going to be a try. Great try. The ref awards the try to Northland, Kohli. Good, solid run. And of course, great use of the forwards to get that try for Northland.
Sanjina, may pagkaporta tiga, nanonoto mga taga pinakangan na kenro lebu na matatim ni Northland, around near to other kinalis ko. Yo, gorto sa ato na inalain ko. Yo, wab di pinakina matatim ni REWA, and nakukawan ni nonotong bilra ko may na forwards bimbing ko ni Northland, ran ni bola kasara. May bola kasara near to umbito talito ba, na ilokola ko ni Ragarto may na matatim ni Northland.
Looks like Lingari is the man to come up with the ball and, of course, get that all-important try to reclaim the lead back for Northland. Finally, the Northland forwards asserting their dominance over REWA. And, of course, REWA unable to stop that rampaging maul with those big forwards.
Verto na matatim ni Northland, kevaka erto na danggeta duro na polongori, sa naronin na kautir to dagsar. Si REWA merto na tay, kevaka na duro na polongo.
Here we go right from the sideline. The Northland first five has had a good first half. And, of course, now with an opportunity to extend their lead. Currently, Northland are leading REWA 13 points to 11. It's a 2-point lead. And, of course, Northland need to extend that lead as much as possible as this first half comes to a close. Lines it up nicely. Nice high kick. Looks like it's going through. Let's see what the ref says. No, unfortunately, to the right of the right-hand uprights. And, of course... now Northland with the lead once again over REWA 13 points to 11, Kohli.
Yo, totoo katigon na tatagumagir to katigon na matatim ni REWA patalangkin na may pagkaporta katigon na norto didi pa katigon na matatim ni Northland. Ya kaya pagkarto pa kanti katigon na ilokolo ni gitur to katigon na kaya didi pa gitu. May pagkanirto rito na din size en REWA nirto na REWA tananggan ni sigini ko. Tim ni Northland kaya pagkarto na pangataga po lebu tigon na kento lebu tumbil rakatiko na matatim ni REWA en REWA ni norto talangan nanganga en nangito ni sigini ko.
As we had a quick look at the Northland bench, we could see former Sevens rep Ice Katurimbao, who's currently working with the Northland team. And, of course, this is an opportunity for Northland to to really cash in and, of course, take advantage of their big forwards. Oh, a bit of a miscommunication there between Northland players. REWA now with possession and attack. Northland need to reset very quickly. REWA on the attack and another opportunity. Samu with the possession sends it through the forwards, looking for runners on the inside as they bring it towards the center of the park. They're inside the 22 of Northland. Bad communication from the two Northland backs. And of course, REWA now with possession and a chance to attack. Good handoff to the forwards there. And of course, now REWA deep inside the 22 of Northland, looking for opportunities on the outside. He brings it back on the inside, sensing too much defense from Northland that time. But now a blow up from the ref, and of course taking a player out. Unfortunately, the missed opportunity there for REWA Koli.
Iya, kan dia todo ko mabe na buku nila kalau kan kita ando na kan matalia ni nona vi isolia ka to na polo na halfback ni mata tim ni REWA ka tuswa dagiti ko na mata tim rutubo bola ka sarnia to pan na lane score.
Of course, this first half taking its toll on the Northland pack. A lot of hands on hip, so it's a good opportunity to get a breather. It's been an exciting first half, and of course, great conditions for fans. But for players, it's a bit tiring.
Kan dia todo ko. Totokan din na ilalong gitur to ngarabati ko na mata tim ni Northland redan na line out awar raume na takang rin ruto na sanga merto na kuto kaya pagka ruto na kata merto na ito may na esa ni Norturara na vina ka merto na kuto may na polo ko siya ruto na tangkita may na polo merto mingi tu nga na esa ni Norturara isan doa.
The wind's definitely favoring REWA in the first half, and of course that line out didn't go how Northland wanted, and of course ref says no, it's a free kick to Northland just outside the 22, a chance to relieve pressure and get back in the REWA half. As we see the quick tap from the Northland first five, goes for the old-fashioned up and under, doesn't get a lot of distance but gets a lot of height, and Northland back with possession, and of course just outside their own 10-meter line. Not the best of passes, but there's space out wide. Two big boys clash, good tackle. And of course, where's the halfback for Northland? Here we go. Oh, nice pass. Great flick on from the forwards for Northland. No look pass from the prop. Excellent work as we have Northland now with an opportunity to find some space. The defense from REWA not there. And of course, the numbers for Northland wasn't there as well. As Samu comes away with the ball from REWA. And of course, I think it might be a knock-on, but the ref says play on. That is definitely a penalty to REWA. Just a little bit over-eager that time. And now REWA with the momentum and the quick tap just outside the halfway. They take it on the halfway. Ref says advantage. Yeah, getting a bit heated here at Gatwood, Koli.
Doon kata-kata ni kitong garabiting go en rarango ka dotanin na nanuto ba di boto kana polo na mata timi ni REWA doon ka nanuto tatagumaki ka raw ni to marrabi na tiko na ilokolokan ni gito erto merto may tok nga kinaya sin nanuto iraram.
Both teams looking to open up the game at every opportunity, and that's what the Vanua Championship is about. It's about allowing young players and of course experienced players to showcase their skills, showcase their talent, bring back rugby to the grassroots, and that's why there's so much investment in grassroots rugby, and of course an opportunity like this for both teams to shine and of course showcase their skills here at Gatwood.
Iya, ngono go liuti ko na mata tim ni Northland and tini ka doti ko na mata tim ni REWA. Nono to tangi ko na mata tim ni REWA. Iya, dasar pa mata na tangi ko. Do na kana nono to lewa mataw. Nono to banga taw to mata tangi. Ka dari tel to na tangi ta kaputi ko na to rubo ni REWA ko. Na kena to toka ka reda nang pala buni tangi ta katongo awang bota. Enarawa ni to nambita indo na kai.
Bit ambitious from Deve is just over the halfway line. As you can see, the halfway line is right there. So it looks around 46 odd meters, 47 on the fly. He's got the distance, and of course he's got it as well. Great kick from the fullback Deve. 47 meters, Koli, not bad.
Wakan dua. Me baka over ta juga ngori na ngoni ni REWA. Ako sa kilabin ako kaya nabuno ilak may kinamatantangi kilabin ako kaya nabuno may panatang kaya na polo. Iya dari dito ko na polo kaya tang kaya tiko na rumugori. Waseru wasaranga na mata-mata.
That has to be one of the best kicks of the Vanua Championship so far as REWA now now are back in it, and that looks like to be a knock-on from Northland. Yes, the ref rules correctly. And of course, REWA. Great kick from the halfway line, Koli.
Tutok serangan na rangkinda sarabo to kaya. Oh, me bakardo kayo to na tim ni Rewa, terrible matal tagi Rewa.
And now, of course, for the knock-on after the kickoff, REWA with the advantage scrum. They've really held themselves well against this star-studded Northland pack, Koli.
Iya. Iya, me bakanda rin ito na kaya nang unang sa tosota kasi tulong mata tim ni Rewa kina tinikatulong na mata tim ni Northland.
That's right. The first half arm wrestle, REWA leading Northland 14 points to 13 with the scrum, and of course the advantage. They're just over the 10-meter line, about midway through the 10 and the 22. As the ref says to reset the scrum. REWA have effectively nullified the Northland pack in the set piece. They're not allowing them to assert themselves, not allowing to push. They get the ball out quickly because they know that they need to clear it as soon as possible because this big Northland pack won't allow them to dominate the scrum, Skoli.
Iya, tutukan din na ilakalakan ni Gito, ta sarap ito ni singin ni Kuwa. Iya, rida na kukutelangan ni Gito, Rosulia na timerua, walilinga, ito kay dagan na tim ni Rewa, utiamba di tosa dagan na kinutukay na tim Northland, meda pa minangunong ko, irobisip ito nga, nando na kay.
Setting the scrum for REWA. Got to get that ball in quickly and get it out, which they do very well, REWA. And of course, good tackle from Northland, keeping them behind the game line for now. But REWA still maintain possession. And of course, an opportunity to clear that pressure from Northland. Coming through, nice long raking kick, kicks the ball in play. Northland allowing the ball to bounce. It's outside the 22, so he can't let it go out on the full. Once again, REWA with possession, looking for options. Playing the percentages, trying to keep Northland down in their own half. Northland allowing the ball to bounce. This is not good for Northland. They need to clear the ball. As you can see, pressure coming through. It looks to be away. Koli, what happened there?
Wow! Tutoka bagoti. Me baka upar taka jugo. Ngo na mata tim ni Rewa to kila binaka nabunu to kina to so tabutu nga na matin tangi na bingo na kede. Ya dona kana non to banga taka bina sutong na matin tangi nang uno go reita na non to be moya katok kena bunur to be imbita katok kina tangi na polo non to tangi sa dona ka na kena binaka to sangani tako magabina na matin tim ni Northland. I
can't believe it, man. It's Northland allowing the ball to bounce, not communicating, and of course giving REWA the opportunity. We see the REWA fans coming out with their flags, and now REWA with an opportunity to extend that unexpected surprise that was presented to them right in front of the posts. As we have a REWA player down getting treatment, Northland underneath the post having a long chat. They need to really discuss what happens at the back, particularly with those long kicks. And now REWA back in the lead, and of course Northland with a lot to think about in the first half after that unexpected try, Koli.
Yo, and bukungan ningi tong karabiti ko nang ko, may pagkausap ko rata ko, matatim ni REWA to pangataka binasar to ngano puno ilo to may kinanarangi. Yo, wala ko to ni mayoting ko na matinibi mama, ndan kay sarap kay bar to na ranita ko mga to ka, niloko ni gito na bukun no to na tong ka kiti manarangi na karon bi mama.
REWA once again with the lead late in the first half over Northland, much unexpected, and of course Northland need to really settle themselves into their defensive patterns. They shouldn't allow the ball to bounce. That was a terrible mistake from the REWA, and of course another mistake coming from Northland. The ball not going 10 meters, and of course REWA extending their lead over Northland, 21 points to 13, Koli.
Iya, binakama nagurito to niloko ni Northland na matatim ni Northland. Wala ka ni Northland kaya ising niya dotiko kinatian mita. Ayo kaya baka to ritangan na Northland mulumur to bob nataka enarawa ni nabibu ken buku ni Northland sa sangata tiko merto yadon kin Northland score.
Much against the run of play, REWA leading Northland 21-13 late in the first half. very unexpected for this Vodafone Fiji Vanua Championship match. And now REWA with the halfway scrum, and of course options on both sides for a set piece and hopefully extend their lead. The Northland defense really needs to step up and of course not allow REWA to get over the game line. REWA disrupting Northland very, very well, particularly with those long hanging kicks and of course with the breeze behind their backs, Koli.
Ya kan dinatuto ko rito ko nagkaisa arto may binito ko na matatim dire war to liu ti ko na rusubul kan duwa tin katulu ti ko na matatim ni Northland tuto kan tin na kairo to may binero to kameron ni kan titigir tuto kan beta en nakaruni mo arto na tong kata kati may na matendang.
Northland looking a bit shaky behind at the back line there, but of course finally gets the clearance away. Not the distance that he wanted. Unfortunately, just a slight knock on from the REWA fullback Deve, who's had a very good game as we bring to an end the first half, Koli. REWA unexpected with the lead 21-13 at halftime, Koli. What do you say?
Tuto kan tin na kairo to may binero to rusubul kan duwa tin katulu iya wam na wale bunir to may kan titigir tuto kay na mateni bi mama iya en nakaruni bi mama en ron ni na ran tuto ko na nutong gito kay baka erto na tata ko magbinaka may baka nirtusan na muritu may na matendang na matatim ni Northland.
We'll bring you the second half very shortly. Don't you go anywhere, right here on My TV. Thank you very much and a warm welcome back to Gatwood Park here in Corvo, Tailevu, the heartland of grassroots rugby for the Vodafone VG Vanua Championship Round 2 as we see the second half about to kick off, Koli, in what was an awesome first half for REWA.
Wah, tutoka. Yo, nangaunang ko mo nang kay Sarava nilakalo ni gito erto na borita na matatim ni Northland may baka nirtusan na murieti ko na matindang.
Bumper crowd here today to watch this game, and of course the Northland team really needs to improve its communication amongst the backs. Don't allow the ball to bounce, and they got to get Katurimbo involved in the game a bit more.
Ya na kahit aliki na matatim ni Northland go garabir to terto nga endo tan nga ko kila binakan na ilakalo ni gito ka sarabiti ko kapatalaki na kana du sarabi ko talto nga enabugo ni kana matagi na matatim ni bit.
Northland with the heavier pack and of course the faster backline, but REWA not allowing Northland to settle into their game plan as we see the second half about to kick off in what promises to be an awesome 40 minutes of rugby here in the Vodafone Fiji Vanua Championship. Northland with the early mistake, looks to be an early tackle from Northland, and of course I think it is an early tackle, and of course now REWA with a chance to clear, Koli.
Ya kan dia todo ko ya en kena tiga na mata ni bimamango na karu ni bimama iya berton na mata tim ni Northland ke bakaru na pinakata berton na kutata ke no 2 point en na pinaka berton na marreto ka na discipline botan kena tango magito na polo.
Once again REWA not allowing Northland to settle into a game plan, frustrating the Northland pack, and of course this has been a continuation of the first half where REWA would not allow Northland to settle in and of course played smart running rugby, took advantage of the mistakes that Northland were making to cash in and of course lead at the end of the first half. But this line out to REWA on the halfway line as they settle in for the first line out of the second half. Good take from REWA. Backs get a chance to have a set piece. Nice little pop pass. Good defense from Northland, seeing that pop pass and of course not allowing to REWA get over the advantage line. Northland's tackling is good, and of course ducks under a high shot. Ref says play on. That wasn't a high tackle. Poor pass from Samu, but of course REWA still with possession. Bit of a hospital pass, but he manages to break the tackle. Ducks under a high shot from Lingairi, and of course the ref I think has had enough. Lingairi, the hooker for Northland, being sent to the sin bin for the next 10 minutes, Koli. I think the refs had enough of the indiscipline.
Iya kan tinatuto ko may baka ni rito sa sanga ta kitumen ko na matatim ni Northland merton na to sa ta kana kinutukay iya ke baka rito na kata merton na liu en ilokolo ni gitu ko en binaka merton na marreto ko na discipline ko matalikin na merton marreto na talto kan ilokolo ni gitu erto marreto na talto na pol.
It looks like the ref and the officials are having another chat. I think that yellow card still stands for Lingairi. He'll be in the sin bin for the next 10 minutes, but they're also calling out one of the another Northland player for another high shot. Oh, that was for an earlier incident on the far side of the field. I think it was also a high tackle, and it looks like two Northland players will be in the sin bin for the next 10 minutes, giving REWA an excellent opportunity to extend their lead over Northland. Koli.
That's right. Iya kan dia tutok ko. Mab en bukungan ni Ruan na matitimin Northland Rosa la ko ya. Vertu na matitimin ni Rewa, rawan ni Ruto na bukan di tegirto, arta ni Ruto na binitelen to na kay na lo manitin na minitigo. Meron di bukan di tegirto tigo na ilako ni gitong ko.
Northland down to 13 for the next 10 minutes. And of course, now this is REWA's opportunity to really cash in, take advantage of that two-man advantage that they'll have for the next 10 minutes. And of course, now with this first line out just outside the 22 of Northland, Northland's defense going to be under a little bit of pressure early in the first half, Koli.
Iya kan dia tutok ko au nanu mamandangan na nanututang kiti ko na matitimin ni Rewa then na may lenga na nanutusang katang kiti mengo. Iyo oriental tu na tangger tu tak apa sarauta nirtu sama tu nirtu buto ko na buna lolombo na buna na bintang bimbi yo nirtu tangger to ka mertu tangger tu na matani tangi iyo enaw final tu na pol.
In order for you to take advantage of the opportunities, you must have the basics. That line out not going well, and of course now the scrum to Northland, and of course Northland with an opportunity to relieve some of the pressure. If I was Northland, I would take as much time as possible to set this scrum. They're missing a hooker and a locks.
Iyo berto na matatimin ni Northland kaya makaruto na kat merto na bukan di tegirto merto na to sa kita na kukuha ni nurtong gito kaya tango magina pol may baka nirtong gito tiko nangunong gorto letin katulid tiko.
As we see Northland now with a chance to reset the scrum and of course clear the pressure. They're losing, they're without two forwards. REWA will need to disrupt this as much as possible and get possession because the Northland is very skinny in the back line right now. They have two players down, and of course that's going to be for the next 10 or so minutes as they set. Northland with the feed. REWA will try and put pressure. Good hold by REWA. Good take by Northland. They get the ball clear, which is important. Now they need to clear it out of the pressure zone. They need to allow some space between them and the try line as much as possible, particularly when you're two men down, as we see the REWA backs fall. A lot of pressure coming through from REWA. But of course, Northland do have the advantage of the wind. And that's a good clearance, but the ref says no. Apparently, there was some foul play after the kick. I think the Northland number 10, Deve, was taken out after the kick, so we'll just see what the ref says. And, of course, a lot of disruptions early in the first half. So, I think, no, they've had a chat. The ref just wanted to check to see if there was a late shot. And, yeah, and it looks like that REWA coming through offside. Northland now with the penalty. And a chance to relieve some pressure, Koli.
Iya kan dia tutok ko berto na matatimin ni Northland kaya berto na binakata berto na pandi tegirto merto na marre binakata na polo marre binakata na polo meron ni irto na pandi takato kan ilok ni gito may baka ni Ruan na luniti meron siting may tuba.
I love it. You know, grassroots rugby here in Gatwood, the Vodafone Fiji Vanua Championship, a great investment by FRU in grassroots rugby. Great opportunity to showcase so much local talent, and of course these young players eager to showcase their skills and make it through to the skipper. Good solid take from Northland that time as they try to set up a maul, try and build on that pressure that they've created. Good solid run from Northland just outside the 22 of REWA as they spin it wide through the forwards, looking for runners. Good defense from REWA that time, but a bit of a fumble, and unfortunately Northland unable to cash in on that opportunity, Koli.
Iya, arto kuta binakata to may napolo na matatim ni Northland alang ganito may iken na siya nga wala nga ni Marre binanapolo kung may iluto talikin na polo ya abang sulit itu na scrum ko arto na virtingin na matatim ni REWA. Rita na non na vi moya kato ka kinan na vi buno so vi paisa kato kinan na polo na halfback ni matatim ni REWA into na kay sulit nga na kuko virto na matatim ya patalan kina en ken na lako binakato no gito na non na lewa mataw to ka na halfback ni matatim ni REWA na buno visual kato kina polo.
As we see the scrum being packed down with REWA, an opportunity to feed and clear their lines. Good solid push from Northland trying to get the ball back, but good clears from REWA, and the winger springs free. past the halfway. Ducks under tackle, need support. Pressure coming from Northland, and they have the ball, but there's a lot of niggle on the ground. The ref says play on. REWA back with possession on the halfway. There's a lot of space here near the far side. Good high pass, gets it through to the fullback, looking for runners. The Northland defense gets there in time, holds him, and of course going down the blind side, and of course gets the ball back. Very lucky on that occasion, but unfortunately just made it out. Good solid attack from REWA with that two-man overlap on the far side in their own half, Koli.
Totokan din na nanonotukuta na kito na polo na matatim ni REWA iya opo leka sara nirto yado iya keluda ni may taratale na lane out iyo nangonongo erto na sangamer to na buwan titigir total to na matatim ni Northland.
Northland under a lot of pressure here in the second half. It hasn't gone their way at all since the kickoff, losing two players, and now REWA with a lot of broken play attack, disrupting Northland's opportunities to gain momentum, build pressure, and of course maintain momentum, which they haven't been able to do in the first half. Domalelai needs to really insert himself into this game and really help this Northland pack weather this storm for the next few minutes, which are currently still two-man down, Koli.
Iya, totokan din na iya sa ngolen na matatim ni REWA ya bisaw iya antari teman-teman na Gori.
Yeah, as we see pressure, they want to get the ball out there quickly. Good kick down the halfway. Looks to be a bit of a fumble. The ref says yes. That was a good clearance from Northland, and of course the mistake from REWA now allowing Northland back into the REWA half midway between the 10 and 22, and this will be a great chance for Northland to attack and of course get some points on the board. He's had a great first half, Deve, for REWA, the fullback for REWA, which is currently on screen now, and that's just one unfortunate mistake, but he's had a great first half.
Kandi na todo ko tantungan na kukunin gitu tusulit ko na matatim ni Northland din ni Rose ito itong palerua iya bukan ditigir to nga around near to tosoda gitiko kartubang katataltungan na matatim ni REWA.
Northland, of course, with the superior scrum in the first half, and of course now an opportunity to attack and get some points on the board, build some pressure first. They need to maintain possession for extended periods of time. They need to not allow REWA to disrupt their possession and of course their momentum as we set for the scrum midway between the 22 and the 10-meter line. Northland on the attack. REWA need to defend, but of course Northland missing two forwards, so they're at a bit of a handicap for the next few minutes. They're down to 13 players, but they're in the middle of the park with options on both sides for a set-piece play. Unfortunately, at that time, REWA were penalized by the referee for a repeated infringement. Now Northland with the quick tap. They want to get this game moving. They want to get the momentum back. As we see Domalalai with the possession, sends it through the backs on the far side, looking for an opportunity, probing the REWA defense, looking for opportunities on both sides. Domalalai once again takes it up near the 22, calling for support. Ball's a bit slow. Someone needs to clear the ball very quickly. Now we're going through the backs. Nice long flinging pass to the winger for Northland as he breaks through the first tackle, but loses possession, unfortunately. Now REWA with another chance to attack. Unfortunately, the ref says no, that was a forward pass, but you can see, Koli, how quickly REWA cash in on mistakes from Northland and of course turn them into opportunities, and this is what Northland needs to be careful of.
Iya kan tidak tuh kami peka nasa itu ko bertolong mata tim ni REWA, bebo ko bertolong cuma na mata ni mama, near to no pati di bati ko na mata tim ni Northland REWA near to na kauta na share to laban na raray na siya kuha.
Northland may have the bigger forward pack, but REWA does have the faster back line, and that's been shown with this 21-13 lead that REWA have over Northland in the second half. And Northland really need to settle down, get those two forwards back on the field, and of course reassert themselves back into this game, because REWA are really taking advantage of every Northland mistake, Koli.
Retal tungan ken may pagkuporta ka na halfback ni mata tim ni REWA, and no na visual lang nakatok na polo.
We'll ask the ref to have a look at that late shot from Northland as we see. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be another penalty to REWA. That was a high tackle to the halfback for REWA Samu, who was taken in a massive shot from the Northland player. As the ref and the linesman have a chat, I saw the linesman's flag go up straight away as soon as he took the hit.
Yo reda tu kana ilakalo na gitu ya, ento na kana no tuwili ka na to kana okoy ay visual la to kana polo koy ka ta gitu may se lewa matauto kana lewa ni tim ni Rewa doon ka na narutusan na kita to kamerto tara na halfback ni tim ni Rewa iya sultong ko dito tongi kina tim ni Rewa.
Yeah, it's just a big man on little man situation. Unfortunately, he ducked under the high shot, and I think it was a good call by the referee just to call a penalty. It wasn't very malicious, and now, but REWA with a chance to clear their lines and, of course, regain momentum just as Northland was starting to build. And that's something REWA has done very well in the first half, not allowing Northland to settle into their routine.
Kan din natudok. Rita na rangger tuta kaputok na matatim ni Rewa, isang bukan to nimbaw bisa una nonruto murito na matanitangi patalan kin nonruto sa tong kata kita matanitangi. Rita na rangger tuta kaputiko endu atu nga na kena kukuha kapatalan kin na kena
Northland starting to get a bit frustrated as REWA continued to scrap and make it difficult for Northland to win clean possession and, of course, allow them to settle into their routine and get their set piece going. Good line out taken there from REWA as they go into the attack. Looking for the little chip. And, of course, I think that might have gone forward. And, yes, it has. Bad communication from the Northland pack. And, of course, REWA hot on attack. They go for the quick tap. Ref says play on. They're outside the 22. There's an option on the side. They have an opportunity. REWA through the big winger. But, of course, defense from Northland there in time, preventing REWA from capitalizing on that opportunity as they look for a pass. Not the best of passes from Northland. Balls all over the place, but Northland with it. Ref says play on, and now Northland with an opportunity, gunning it down the wing. This number 10 looks to be going all the way.
Wow, totokan din na natitir to may bertakan na mata tim ni Northland nanutok ko kami na pola ya hindi na ni REWA ro sa may tumba erawan ni to botera gamay na ilati sen na mbay ni nortuta tangko maki na mata tim ni REWA iya retan na kita awang bauta kaya bukan tasarapan nila kalau kadang gitu na nortu siya nga wala nga ni maro binak na pola na mata tim ni REWA kaya agar to dito kami kina certo ko kami kina na pola na mata tim ni Northland rawa birto merto litang pakatalikin na ito na squad.
Great crowd came today to watch the game, and of course a lot of them Northland supporters, and they finally had something to cheer about with Nevala running in for that opportunist try after a mistake from REWA deep inside the Northland half. Is this the try that will spark Northland back into the game, Koli?
Yeah, dari itu kan nanggito orto takabana kena score to mitampang ko to tampaka to kanalo mani tini na miniti non ruti ko itu tumpa na lerua. Iya, kaya baka orto na pangandi takatoka lako may ron na rua ruti ko tumpa. Around in Natuseta Katal and Tongito, Namatatim in Northland.
A lot of fans here today cheering this Northland team on, and of course they're still with 2 men in the bin with a few more minutes to go. That was a great against the run of game try, and of course Northland are back in this match, and now with the conversion, with an opportunity to get closer to REWA and give themselves a fighting chance before their men who are in the sin bin returned. Let's see how it goes. The halfback for Northland takes it. Nice high raking kick, and of course it's through. And now Northland back in the game. 2 men down, and of course the momentum starting to swing towards Northland, Koli.
Yung apa po na kaya may tembakan ni Skuaya, patalang kina tangge tiduru. En narawni na bukan tita katal tu na mata tim ni Northland, en ilok ni gitu tong karabat dengan nangaw binabugale patalang kina bir tu talangan na mata tim ni REWA. Iya erto na sanga, merto na bukan tita totali. Dena ni Rosito itu baru narua, en narawa merto na sanga, merto na binitalin to na kay, en nangaw
Northland back with possession after that kickoff. REWA leading by 1 point. A lot of pressure, keeps the ball in play, doesn't allow it to go out, but the Northland defense is rushing up. He needs to sight his option. He doesn't have the best angle. And of course, it looks like the momentum is shifting towards Northland with this line out just outside the 22 of REWA. And of course, now Northland with the set piece. And of course, an opportunity to build pressure. REWA starting to tire just a little bit, Kohli, and Northland taking advantage.
Iya, apa bauta en nabukunis ko arto may tambakan na mata tim ni Northland, isulit tali virtu na el merto na sasanga tali tiko, kina mata tim ni REWA. Baka to biya level nabukunis ko may garabrawa may tambakya kapatan kina en kaya nang unang ko sa elito nga na matimin ni REWA na rusong bulkan dua rusong abulo na matimin ni Northland.
Ref says no, take the line out again. He's not happy with the spacing. REWA need to slow down this Northland momentum. Northland want to get possession and get the ball moving as quickly as possible. As we see Lingairi is back on the field after his sin bin. Now they're building for a ruck. Getting the maul. Everyone is in on it. REWA defense holding for now. It's crabbing across the field. But I think it's going to be advantage to Northland. As you can see, a REWA player might have brought that one down. Ref is saying no play on at this stage. Allowing Northland to set. Breaks through the gap. Nice take. Good solid run from Northland. Building pressure. REWA's defense needs to get back quickly. There's a lot of space there. It looks like Northland are going to go in for the try. I think Northland have scored. The ref is checking. And yes, he's given it, Kohli. Northland take the lead back from REWA in the second half.
Wow, kau konti na nailok ni gitu to bertaju na mata tim ni Northland me baka nirto rawan nirto tampakatale ruan na skoa en nangona raw tigo kinitumba raw REWA.
Good set piece play and looks like to be a yellow card. REWA's first yellow card of the match, and I think it's for killing the ball after the maul had been set. So now REWA will have to play the next 10 minutes with one man in the sin bin. And of course Northland very much taking the momentum from REWA, and of course now taking the lead in the second half, Kohli.
Pinaka na matatim ni REWA en pinaka merto no bukan titakatiko na ilakalon ni gitor to takabatigo may namatay ni mama merawan ni rawa merto na bukan titakatiko na nonutog sa sanga en singa ni kuha. Iya matatim ni Northland do na kukunin gitor to bertaka may bukan ni ngono gorto sa litiko. Rusong bul kami to na matatim ni Northland, rusong bul kanto na matatim ni REWA.
Northland eager to get possession. Domolelai under the ball, takes it nicely. Takes a few men, sets the ruck just outside the 22 in the 10-meter. Now Northland with every opportunity will spin this ball wide, looking for their fast runners. REWA coming in, nice take from REWA, good steal from REWA, not allowing Northland to settle into the maul. As we see the REWA forwards building, taking it slowly, trying to make sure that they take in as many of the Northland forwards as possible. A lot of one-out running from REWA at this stage. They're just trying to stop Northland from gaining momentum and keeping possession as they swing it through the backs. Northland defense up quickly, but REWA has possession. And of course, they're trying to break the tackles, unable to at that point. Good defense from Northland. He sneaks down the open side, looking for an opportunity. The defense stops him from gaining that momentum. A lot of single digits getting the ball now, and they're getting it behind the game line as Northland rush up, try to win possession. And of course, unfortunately at that time, ref says play on. REWA with possession, but they're way behind the game line, but they do have the ball, and they're looking for gaps. But the Northland defense starting to really get into work. Lingairi trying to win the ball that time. They're really putting pressure on REWA. Northland is really coming in strongly. REWA keep getting the ball further and further back as the crowd gets into this game, supporting Northland, and it looks like the ref has called it up for a knock-on to Northland, and of course the scrum to REWA. But Kohli, Northland are really putting a lot of pressure on REWA in the second half.
Kandiyan na todo ko. May pagkaportakati ko na matatim ni Northland ko do na na kuko ni gitor to portakati ko ni may pagkamandangan ni REWA ro tigo itumba ro orto may tambakaraw taliki na REWA na skwa. Abang buta na mulmulmu ran irto na matatim ni REWA na tigina na buko ni irto tigo lewe tin kalima tin ko tolti ko na matatim ni lewe tin ko tolti man matatim ni Northland karto may tambakaraw tali REWA na skwa ni reality ko lewe REWA.
It's only a 6-point margin with Northland leading REWA, but Northland are really putting a lot of pressure on REWA and not allowing REWA to settle like in the first half. Kohli, a great game of Vodafone Fiji Vanua Championship so far. What do you say?
Kandi na todo ko mebakan nang gito ngarabi to sin kuha ndo na ka na kukuha ning gito patala kina na kuku tala nga din non ra chet takat ko non matatimi na Vanua na Vanua Tailebu kapatala kina na Vanua REWA.
Great grassroots rugby at its very best as Lingairi comes off for a well-earned break. He's had a great game and of course need to get fresh legs on the field for Northland as we set for this scrum, which is just over the halfway line into Northland's territory. REWA with possession, and they need an opportunity to set up some set-piece play and of course get momentum back and build pressure on this Northland pack. Northland really sensing that they have momentum with them and of course not allowing REWA to settle as the ref says, no, we got to set this scrum up again and of course reset it. REWA still with possession. Northland really starting to cash in, as you can see, as the Northland pack is really talking, and the captain is really trying to get them fired up and try and win this possession back. They're really trying to turn the screws on REWA and prevent REWA from scoring any points at all in the second half. What say, Koli?
Iya kan tinatuto ko matatim talangan ni Telebu na binangkata Northland Telebu yan na binangkata talanga men na vanti tegrito en lokal ko ngito may baka na nanruka atau may sutapan na madasauti yan na madongo ano turasa nga may ruton tangko makan ano turara.
Northland with the big push. REWA holding the scrum nicely, not allowing Northland as they have a set piece play on the blind side. Tries to break the tackle, but the Northland defense covers that very well, stops any momentum. Their forwards are really starting to push the ball in, but that looks to be a tip tackle. Ref says no, play on, it was fine. Now REWA with the raking run from the lock. Trying to get over the game line. Northland pressure continuing to come in as we see REWA looking for options on the far side, but the Northland defense comes across. He managed to beat the first tackle. The winger has an opportunity on the outside, but the defense comes across very nicely, snuffing out that play from REWA, and of course Northland's defense answering the question that time, Koli.
Iyo pina kaya na matatim ni REWA abang bota ni rito may tao to kaya na bukon ni kaya rito sa membinya na matatim ni Northland. Iya vi REWA kaya baka rito na merto na bukan titig rito en na pina ka merto na vital no. Baka rito sa sing ni vital no tiko en na ilog ni gito koko ni gito sulit tiko Northland en nangono ko.
That's right. You know, it's important that the communication is there between the players, as we see REWA starting to tire just a little bit after sustaining so much attack from Northland, and of course Northland looking to get another try and of course secure a bonus point here in this Vodafone Fiji Vanua Championship. As we see all the players getting ready for the line out. It's going to be a set piece call. There's a great crowd here today at Gatwood Park as Katrimbau takes the ball nicely for Northland, setting themselves up to clear the ball. They're inside the 22. Nice high raking kick. They have the wind behind them, but of course REWA takes it nicely, swings it inside, looking for options in center field. Gets the ball all the way across. REWA with some fresh legs on the field. Substitutions coming through. Unfortunately, he couldn't take that pass. And of course, that was unfortunate because REWA did have a man overlap. Had he caught the pass, might have been a little bit different, Koli.
Iya, antara dito nga nilolong ni gito to takap kumay na kinakukuha bombotan ni erto sa pakilatal to kumay na kukuha ni gito na timerua ang matatimin ni Northland na berkata menapanditakan na gito en na modong kami bakan ditakat ko non rara kapatan kina menasanga into na wini en gito ang garabito ni sikini kuha.
Another set scrum. Of course, Northland have been dominant in the scrums when it comes to attack. Defense has been a bit of an issue for them, but of course they do have momentum and a lot of fresh legs on the field in their forwards. REWA, a lot of substitutions in the back line. Could see how that goes as this game develops. As we set for this scrum, Northland to feed. And of course another opportunity to attack. They're just outside the halfway of REWA. Big push from REWA, but unfortunately doesn't get the ball cleanly, but Northland in possession near the halfway line. REWA looking to disrupt. Bit of a sneaky hand there, but you know when you get the ball and the ref doesn't see, no problems. High, but of course good drive from Northland, getting it over the halfway. Options on both sides. Crowd getting antsy. They want to see some running rugby. As we see a bit of a good take from Northland. In between the wing and the fullback. Now Northland on attack outside the 22 of REWA. Looking for runners on the outside, but of course the REWA defense has set and now they're fighting for possession. Ref says play on. Northland still with possession and of course some runners on the inside looking to take out some of the defenders and of course give space to the backs. Ref says play on, and of course now another opportunity for Northland. REWA defense needs to be set, needs to get themselves organized. Northland are waiting patiently. They swing it to the other side. Very dangerous plays. Had a great game this first 5 for Northland. As it's on the 22 now. Good tackle from REWA, not allowing Northland past the advantage line, but still Northland have possession. And of course another attacking raid inside the REWA half. REWA defense, not a one-man running, but the REWA defense is not resetting fast enough. Northland needs to take advantage of that. The forwards are still rumbling it up, trying to take out as many REWA defenders as possible. They reset themselves for another attacking raid. REWA defense holding for now. Northland still have possession. You can hear the crowd screaming, saying go for the drop goal, but they're running it through the backs. And of course, Ducks under a high shot. They were probing, and the REWA defense, unfortunately, ill-disciplined. And now Northland with a penalty in front of the post goalie.
Iyo obo buta en natutungan ko rin aron ni ruto na tangke tadurtal ganito na polo. Kaya maka ruto na tangke mata-mata. Retel tungan nila kalau gitu ada kabuti ko na mata tim Northland na bombo ten ruto sa bulita sarang may nanon ruto mul may na mata ni mama. Reda na kuko ni gitu ruto may parata ko na karon ni mama. Anto na kan na kena kuko karan ni ruto ko tirto ta talabit may kina na kena tukay. En rusong lu kabitu ruto lito ko na ngonong ko na mata tim ni Northland. Rusong lu kanto ko na mata tim ni REWA.
I would say the kick's around 20 odd meters outside from the goal post. Devis had a good first half of kicking, so we'll see how this goes. But fingers crossed, he'll do well, and of course extend Northland's lead over REWA. Currently, Northland leading 27 points to 21. It's midway through, 3/4 away through the second half, sorry, and now Northland with a chance to extend their lead with the breeze behind their backs. Nice high kick, and of course, linesman's flags are up, and that extends Northland's lead over REWA by 30 points to 21. 9-point lead in the second half. A decent lead for Northland, but REWA, as they showed in the first half, will always give it a fighting chance. Now, this is an opportunity for REWA to reset. They still have one man in the bin, and of course, Northland need to maintain this lead as much as possible and keep their discipline. Stop REWA from taking advantage of those ill-disciplined moments from Northland. Good win from REWA. They take the ball in strongly. Bit of a bump off there near the 10-meter, but the defense comes in strongly. And the ref says no, this is a penalty for the high shot. REWA plays on, looking for defenders, gets an outside pass. Looking for wingers on the options on both sides. The Northland defense up quickly. But the advantage still with REWA. They're midway between the 22 and the 10. One-up runners and gang tackled by Northland. REWA need to look for other options. Tries to snipe down the open side. The REWA defense gets in there. But of course now the ref reverses the penalty for playing the ball on the ground. And unfortunate for REWA that time, the Northland defense stood strong. And now Northland with a chance to clear the ball. And of course, get into the REWA half and build another set of attacking phases. As we take a break for an injury, good chance for both teams to catch their breath after what has been a full force second half. And of course, get a breather and get some water, which is a beautiful day here at Gatwood here in Corvo. And of course, a great game for this Vodafone Fiji Vanua Championship match between Northland and REWA. Second round of the Vodafone Fiji Vanua Championship. It's a 6-round tournament, and of course, the top teams will make it through to the playoff round at the end of the 6 rounds, and of course, a chance to make it through to the Skipper Cup. And this coverage coming to you, thank you to My TV, as we have a look at the crowd. Great crowd here today. Try to keep the ball in. I think it does. The linesman says play on. Unfortunate mistake from Northland at that time. Allowing the ball to bounce once again as you see the REWA defense coming up quickly. Tries to get the clearance. Ball is still alive. Tiptoeing down the sideline. Ref says play on. And of course, Northland need to defend. They need to reset their defense quickly. REWA with the back pass. But of course, it doesn't go well. A lot of pressure coming from Northland now. The defenders are there. REWA need to reset. And of course, not allow Northland this opportunity as they look for the one-off runners. Good defense from Northland that time, not allowing REWA to snipe down the open side. But a penalty to Northland coming in from the side. Unfortunately for REWA that time, there were just more defenders from Northland than REWA. And the REWA defense, the REWA attack under pressure, tried to clear the ball, came in from the side, and now a penalty to Northland just over the halfway line. Let's see what the decision is from the captain. Yeah, they're going for the line out, trying to really turn the screws on REWA and, of course, really bring an end to this game and, of course, build on that lead that they have 30 points to 21. Line out just outside the 22. Northland advantage. And, of course, REWA really need to defend. They really need to step up. A lot of hands on hips for REWA. This game taking its toll on the REWA pack, but of course they've held a good account of themselves in the second half. Northland building slowly, and of course looking for that opportunity to cash in and of course make the most of this set piece and take advantage and further build on that lead, Koli.
Iya, sabi ka. Inang unang ko pambuta. Inaraw ni Rito na panditing Rito na team Northland. And nakin na maroon ng Ruturara.
Set piece didn't go too well for Northland that time. REWA with possession. Grab a kick. Giving advantage back to REWA. Flings himself into the defense. Good defense there from REWA. But looks like he was coming in from the side that time. Northland still with possession. Looking for the flick pass. Looking for opportunities. Nice take at the on his bootlaces. And of course, Northland with possession. The REWA defense needs to reset very quickly. Northland on attack, looking for options on both sides. They decide to drive it through the forwards. This big forward pack that Northland have. Now they fling it through the backs. Passes are a bit slow, but they're fighting their way through the REWA defense. REWA's defense still holding, looking for the grabber. Need to get there quickly. The attack and pressure coming there. REWA under a bit of pressure from Northland. They're looking at getting the possession back. Looking for the ref to make the call. Ref says play on. REWA have possession. But they're on the wrong side of the field. They need to clear the ball quickly. They need to get this ball out and get it cleared as soon as possible. Good long raking kick. Ball is not dead, still alive. And now Northland with the charge. He's going for the drop. Fake drop. Very nice. Gives himself some space. This first five for Northland really does a really good job here in the second half as Northland have possession outside the 22. The REWA defense coming up quickly. And now it's another call from their penalty to REWA this time. Holding on to the ball from Northland. That was unfortunate. I think this time REWA should just clear the ball for the liner and not go for the quick tap, Koli.
Kandi na todo ko rital tunga mga team ni REWA na nortong kita na karon ni Bimangmango. Ngo na re binaka merto na bitan lo. Re ko baka sing nilibut na ruto bitan lo. May baka puniti ko na kaya na may bayati ko na ilok-ilok ni kita ni sing ni kuha. Iya totoo kan na nang gito to may borita ka. Yo, matitim ni REWA, kaya pagkaurto na pinagkata, merto na pagkantita girto na gitong karabiti ko ng unang ko, na pinaka merto na bitan no, arto takata.
Line out on the halfway. REWA to throw the line out. But they need to get inside the Northland half and of course build some pressure and try and eat into this deficit that Northland have created with the lead of 9 points. Still a 9-point game. Ice trying to disrupt, and of course free kick to REWA. Takes a quick tap, looking for runners, flings it wide as soon as possible. A lot of fresh legs for REWA in the backs, making easy meters into the Northland territory. This REWA team, they're outside the 22, just a meter short of the 22 at this stage. Goes down the blind side, tries to snipe, but the defense reads it very well, stops him in his tracks, and of course now back to the open side. We have a REWA player that's been injured, but of course REWA still building and of course beating those first up tackles. The Northland defense really needs to reset quickly, not allow REWA to gain any more momentum, but REWA moving forward very nicely. But that was a good defensive tackle that stopped REWA in their tracks. But here they go once again, looking for options on the open side. Northland defense a bit skinny in here on the open side. They need to reset very quickly, but he goes down the blind side. May have been the wrong option that time, but we'll see. Yeah, the defense for Northland sets very well and of course stops him in his tracks. They continue to go down the blind side, this REWA team. Looking for options on both sides. They're about 6 meters out as they try to reset for the next attacking raid. Giving time. Northland defense is set. They want to drive through the forwards. Look for an opportunity out close. The Northland defense still holding. 9-point lead Northland have over REWA. But REWA still looking for options, still looking for that opportunity as they try to push, get the forwards involved, trying to build on that momentum. They're going for the big move now, but the defense still holding. A lot of space on the open side if they choose it, but I don't think they're going to go that way. Looks like REWA will hold it through the forwards as much as they can. As we see Northland still resetting. And of course looking to try and stop this REWA pack from getting across the game line and scoring a try. Still about 3 meters out. Northland's defense holding, but REWA still with possession. They're building it slowly. They're taking their time. They're driving it one play at a time. Inch by inch, REWA is fighting to try and score this try. Trying to frustrate Northland to get a penalty. They're still driving. REWA still holding. Northland's defense still there. Bit of space down the blind side. There's acres of space on the open side for them if they choose it, but they're still going through the forwards. Solid shot from the Northland defense. And now REWA choose to throw it through the backs. Looking for opportunities, but the Northland defense there, he gets the offload. Breaks the tackle. Ducks under a high shot. They have options on both sides. They're picking to drive, and of course there's no one there, but the ref calls it. Good defense that time from Northland, Koli.
Yo rito na sa sangar to takap tu may naman tatim ni rewa ke baka erto takap na iwal ningi to takap tu naman tatim mama na kana didi bagi tu naman tatim ni Northland ke rawa ni erto sa tambakan tulos ko yo rito ni lolonggo en kuko telangan ningi to berta kan ni raw telangan ni to vong kada gan na forge lele ni mata tim ni Northland.
REWA looking to be out of options. They need some inspiration. They need something quick. They need to get a try on the board as soon as possible. They go for the set piece. They look for some bringing it back the other way. Defense holding. Ref says, I think it could have been, cross running and of course stopping the defenders from getting in. Good defense that time from Northland, Koli.
Kanti na todo ko ando na kana nanruto tatang ko magibina kato na matatim ni Northland en naruto sa sangat ko na matatim ni rewa en binaka meba ko sa portati ko merto na vital notiko karto mga tagtungan na ilokol ni gitor tong karabtu na matini bi mama meba kan nirto rawa kay tumikina merto di bagati ko na matatim ni Northland iya en na ilokol ni gitung ko pambuta ni raw nirto na panti tigirtutiko en gitong ko.
Northland's defense has really come into it in the second half, not allowing REWA an opportunity to cash in on their lead that they got in the first half. There, of course, the defense is up in their face, and of course, REWA is running out of ideas on this beautiful Saturday afternoon here in Corvo to watch this Vodafone Fiji Vanua Championship with Northland leading REWA 30 points to 21, and of course, an opportunity to get their first win of the Vodafone Fiji Vanua Championship, Koli.
Iya kanti na enalo ni Vanua eratigo na singa dikuwa beberton na matatim ni Northland patalang kina matatim ni rewa erna sanga meran na lako ni singa dikuwa meran marutaka nonon ramai sarava nonon matatimi.
Now Northland with an opportunity to clear the game line and of course get some space and rebuild on their phases in attack. They have the momentum for most of the second half. REWA trying their best and of course running out of ideas. They need a bit of inspiration. They need to cash in on a few mistakes from Northland that they did in the first half. Unfortunately, Northland really clicking in the second half and not allowing those mistakes that plagued them in the first half to be repeated during this half. And of course, that's helped them to this 30-21 lead over REWA as we wind down the second half. And of course, REWA need to really get momentum back from Northland. Northland just happy to settle the play, go through the phases. They have the lead, which is important, and of course, they need to just stop REWA from taking advantage of those opportunities when they do get them. As they set for the maul, they build the phases, and of course, try to build from here, get possession, maintain possession, and of course, move forward. Northland with the bigger pack, of course, trying to push, but it's fragmented. It's breaking, and of course, now REWA with a chance to get the ball back, and yes, they do. They have possession. And they're looking for runners on the outside, trying to send it through their backs. Their backs are able to break tackles or get the pass away quite easily. And now looking for another runner. REWA on attack just outside the 22 of Northland. Northland's defense has to be set quickly. There's a lot of space here, a lot of players for REWA on the open side, but he chooses to take the tackle, unfortunately. And now, of course, with another chance, REWA, they're getting the ball through the hands. They're looking for the extra man. They're inside the 22. The Northland defense holding, not allowing them to get past the advantage line. REWA running through one of their big forwards, and that's unfortunate for REWA. Ball protection is very important, and of course, now Northland another chance to clear their line, Koli, with a few men injured after what has been an intense second half.
Amayo titantungan ng gito ya, iyo real tantungan nila kalau ng gito to karab ka. Sinir to maro binatong na pol na matitim ni REWA. Iyo sa may dapat ng gito.
That's right, Koli. It's a great game of rugby. The fans came to watch Northland shine, and that they did. 30 points to 21 over REWA. As we finish this off, the Vodafone Fiji Vanua Championship Round 2. Northland are on the board with their first win of the season. REWA with a lot of work to do for this third round as part of my TV's commentary team here at Gatwood in Corvo. On behalf of Coley and myself, Minava Levu, and we'll see you here next week for Round 3 of the Vodafone Vanua Championship. Minaka.